Springs Valley Girls High School Basketball is on the air. WFLQ Q100 presents exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley Girls Basketball. Tonight's game between the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks and the Loogootee Lady Lions is being brought to you by Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in French Lick. Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nationally ranked healthcare system in the state of Indiana. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145 in French Lick. And by Smithville Fiber, now offering DSL service and fast internet to customers. Another way to serve you better. And now Springs Valley Girls Basketball. Let's take you courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kevin Terrell.
From the Hawks Nest on the SB campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley Girls Basketball, where tonight the Lady Hawks hope to put an end to a three-game skid as they play the second of three straight here at the Hawks Nest, taking on the Loogootee Lady Lions. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell, and, well, the Hawks would just as soon put last Thursday's game somewhere in a trunk and drop it in the bottom of the ocean as far as they can get it to go. It was not pleasant as the Lady Hawks did not score their first field goal until 2 minutes were gone in the second quarter. By then they were down by double figures and never recovered in a 17-point loss to a sectional rival in Northeast DuBois. Meanwhile, this Loogootee Lion team has reversed fortunes of sort under third-year head coach Brian Smith, and with a good influx of freshmen, they have powered their way to a 5-1 record, their only loss being to the Mitchell Lady Blue Jackets, their most recent conquest, a 23-point victory over Orleans last Thursday. So another tough one tonight here, Kevin Terrell, for this Springs Valley team. It doesn't get any easier with Linton coming up on Saturday, and also on the horizon, a pretty good Bloomfield team as well.
Linton, another team that's reversed fortune, but for tonight, Loogootee is a team that you have to worry about. The Lions are off to their best start, Mike, since 2004-2005 when Leslie Van Hoy's team went 21-3 and won the sectional. Brian Smith, the veteran coach, came from Shoals. Didn't have a particularly good record as coach of the Shoals boys, but in fact he had the only two double-digit win seasons for the Shoals boys in the last 20 years. Brian Smith can flat out coach, and he's got Loogootee rolling at the moment. They've got one of the area's best players in Tiana Graber. Julianne Bell's a veteran who's been through the wars, playing her senior year, and then they've got an outstanding freshman in Brooklyn Jones. Coach Smith has the Lions on the right path. Stock going up for the Lions. For us, stock, you want to hold on it right now because we don't know where we're getting at this point. We're 3-4. We've lost 3 in a row. That's something that Marty Niehaus has not done except 3 times where she's had 4 game losing streaks. She's had 3 of them the last 15 years. She lost 4 in a row in 2012, in 2010, and then all the way back in 2003. She doesn't want to lose her 4th in a row in her maiden voyage as coach of the Blackhawks tonight. Should be a good one with a lot of things at stake early on in the season.
One area the Hawks will have to improve their shooting. Just 18% against the Lady Jeeps. If that can improve, they should be in this one. Tonight it's Springs Valley at 3-4, Loogootee at 5-1, getting set to collide. Tip-off a little over 10 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Marty Niehaus on the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report. So join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks take on Loogootee. Well, Coach, as we go back to last Thursday against Northeast DuBois, I was trying to think of a good word to describe it. Maybe clunker might be the best term. I know it's not going to make the highlight reels at the end of the year, certainly, but tough start for the kids, and I thought their defense kept them in it for a time, but just could never really generate much offense, and Du Bois was finally able to pull away a bit.
Yeah, it was truly a dud for us. We just couldn't get anything to drop early on, and we only scored 1 point in the first quarter, and that came off a Jewel free throw. We had some decent looks. Ball just rimmed out on us, and after you get down like that, even though it was only 6 points, it seemed like 16. And that kind of broke our spirit early on, I think. As you mentioned, the defense was decent. I still just feel like we didn't have good focus, so we were still doing some silly things there. Just every time we would start to make just a tiny run and cut into the lead a little bit, it seemed like Du Bois did a great job of answering, hitting some big buckets. I mean, I could, remember a couple times where Rashi would just, pulled up on a dime and drilled one, and so when they needed a bucket to kind of stem the tide, they seemed to get it.
In terms of shot selection, did you think the girls did a pretty good job there, and it was just simply a matter of not getting some of those to drop?
Yeah, I didn't think shot selection was terrible. Sometimes we've been known to rush shots, but the first couple possessions we fed Kyra under the bucket, which probably wasn't the greatest idea, as the Du Bois guards were big, and she was outsized down there, and then she's kind of forced a couple up down there, and then some of the other things against the zone were decent looks, and especially a couple shots Stevie took normally drop for, but we're not falling Thursday night.
I was going to say, is that what you're hoping to maybe avoid? Because it looked like, I know it was a tough shooting night for both Stevie and Kyra, not to pick on them, but do they need to kind of just get over that a little bit and kind of take that adversity and make the best of it?
Right. They just got to move forward. I think one thing about Loogootee, at least, is what I've seen on tape, is they don't seem to have the size that Du Bois had, and that might have been a little bit of a factor. We seemed like we were kind of outsized in virtually every position except for maybe Jewel. So, that may give us a little clearer look at the bucket, and hopefully we can knock them down.
Coach, 7 games into the season, so roughly about a third of the way. Are you starting to get to a point where you're kind of finalizing not just maybe lineups, but rotations, kind of locking into certain combinations and who's going to spell who and that type of thing?
Yeah, we are, but at the same time, there's still a few things left. I think that maybe we need to try. I noticed that just from reflecting and looking at tape and stuff, maybe Abby Kendall needs to be getting in there a little bit more. She gives great hustle. Probably won't help us a lot on the offensive end, but does a great job on defense. So, we've used her a little bit to spell people. Probably need to look to do that a little bit more, and maybe the same with Yesenia and Shakira. They're not getting much time. Of course, obviously they only got 1 quarter, so they're not going to get a tremendous amount of time. But maybe need to figure out a way to work them into the rotation in a more consistent manner.
Coach, let's look at this Loogootee team off to a pretty good start here. What would you say is the scouting report on them?
Well, I told the kids Lugootee's a very, very solid team. They're the kind of team that's not going to, make a lot of errors and beat themselves. That being said, I think that they're a team that we most certainly should be able to compete with. And if we're getting the ball to drop for us, I look for us to be right there, as we go down the stretch.
Coach, too, we touched a little bit on this earlier, the fact that we're coming up to a stretch where 8 out of your next 9 are going to be on the road. You've got 2 more home games before that, tonight, and then coming up on Saturday against Linton. Another outstanding opponent coming up, but still, I'm sure you're hoping to be able to take advantage of the friendly confines, so to speak.
You're right. Certainly prefer playing Linton at our place as opposed to going up there. I honestly had to look at a map to see exactly where Linton was located. I knew in general, okay, but I didn't know specifically. And So it's pretty far away, and already kind of not looking forward to going up there next year. But it'd be good to play that one here. And you're right, Linton's seems to have a really high quality team this year. Good balance, good size. So definitely have our work cut out for us on Saturday.
Okay. And as we close things out, Coach, going back to tonight, what are you looking for out of the girls?
Well, I just hope we bounce back, keep attacking offensively, shoot the ball with confidence, and get our focus back. And if we do that, I think we'll be in good shape.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the talk. Go out and get them tonight.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
And this has been the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus. As the Lady Hawks take on Loogootee, we'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Joined now by the head coach of the Loogootee Lady Lions, Brian Smith. And as always, Coach, good to catch up to you. Nice start for the team at 5-1. What can you attribute the success so far?
We've got a little more depth this year. We've had some freshmen that's able to play at the varsity level, and defensively, we've been pretty good defensively, and we've been able to take the other team out of what they want to do and turn them over, and that's led to some easy baskets for us. And right now we're hanging our hat on the defense.
It's nice, too, when you have the opportunity to coach a premier player, and certainly Tiana Graber falls under that category, but you also know she can't win games by herself, but it's good to kind of have that direction and leadership.
Yeah, she's very good. I think she's off to her best start of her, being a junior, and that goes back to having some help, having some other ball handlers, having some better defenders, because used to she just had to bring the ball up, score the ball, and defend the ball, and now we've got some other girls that can do some of those things. But she's had a good start to her junior year.
Coach, what are some of the things you try to do when you're out on the floor?
We want to get after it defensively, whether a press, trap. We want to make it really tough on the other team to score and try to take them out of what they're trying to do. That's been our number one thing, and that's what we continue to work on every day in practice is our defense. And we've got some athletes, we got some length. So that's kind of what we're going at right now.
Do you feel like this Springs Valley team can give you a test tonight?
Most definitely. They're a lot better than what their record is showing. I think they're 3-4 maybe right now, and I'm really kind of concerned about the McCormick girl. She's a lot more active this year. Looks like she's playing a lot of confidence. Then you have I think number 10 McNew. I really like the way she plays, really gets after it. And then the 14 girl, the Harrell, I've seen her really, she gets hot, we're in trouble. So we're hoping to get on them early. I know they've struggled here the last couple games, and we don't want to give them any hope, any confidence, and we're going to try to get on them early. Good start.
You kind of look like a team that doesn't have a lot of height. Have you been able to compensate for that for the most part this year?
Yeah, so far so good, but I don't think we've faced a girl like McCormick as far as how active she is. And if she gets the ball on the blocks or offense, the big thing that worries me is the offensive rebound and getting the body into her, getting her boxed out, and making sure we don't give her any easy putback. She's going to score the ball, but we want to make her work for everything she gets.
Anything else then you haven't already touched on that'll be important?
We got to rebound. That's the big thing. We got to rebound, and we got to execute our offense. But hopefully our defense will come ready to play again, and we'll be able to get off to a good start. Getting off to a good start against this team, I think, is going to be key.
Coach, thanks for spending time with us and sharing your thoughts about your team, and congratulations to the great start. And we wish you the best not only tonight but on through the rest of the season as well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And that is Brian Smith, the head coach of the Loogootee Lady Lions, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Lady Hawks take on Loogootee. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
Lady Hawks, Lady Lions about set to hit the hardwood. We're ready to take a look at the starting lineups. Here to give us the rundown, our very own Kevin Terrell.
Thank you, Mike. For the Lions, who come in at 5-1 off to a tremendous start under third-year coach Brian Smith. He really has them rolling. They start Brooklyn Jones, a 5'7 freshman. She's scoring 5 a game and is capable of much more, and they're very high on her future. Julianne Bell starts next to her, 5'7 and a senior. Her dad, the principal at North Davies High School, has watched the Bell kids come all the way through the Loogootee system. This is his daughter. Julianne scores 12.6 a game. Chelsea Sutton starts up front as the center spot, 5'7 and a sophomore. Sydney Davis, the point guard, 5'4 and a junior. And they're led by far by Anna Graber, 5'5 and a junior. She scores 18.8 a game with a high up-tempo Loogootee Lions. Springs Valley goes to 3-4. They go with this lineup: Kara Harrell, 5'5 and a senior. Leah Penturi, 5'4 and a junior. Marissa Meehan, the start tonight, 5'11 and a senior. Alana Nelson, 5'9 and a senior. And then the leading scorer, Stevie McNew, 5'8 and a junior. Stevie McBuckets scoring 14 points a game. Good crew on hand. Two good teams. Want to get off December, get it rolling again. And here to bring you the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
All right, Kevin Terrell, thank you very much. And hello again, everybody, as Valley moving right to left here in this first half of play. They're in white with gold numbers, gold letters, and black trim. Loogootee in their traveling black uniforms, white numbers, white trim. As Marissa Meehan nearly lost the ball. Valley works it around to the right side to Leah Punturi, and they're going to call Leah for a double dribble as Valley a little shaky on their first possession.
Changing the lineup tonight as Coach Niehaus sends McCormick to the bench, gets Meehan in there. I'm sure Jewel will be in at some point. That's a major concern to the Loogootee bench.
Oh, wide open down low is Julianne Bell. Missed the shot, but the offensive rebound picked up by Loogootee. They swing it down to the corner to Bell. Her pass tipped, and Leah Punturi comes out of there with it. So the team's trading turnovers. Valley with the first opportunity to get on the board. Bounce pass comes off left side to McNew. Stevie on the hold. Looks to drive it to the baseline, turns, sends it back out front now to Punturi.
Trying to get our flex offense started. Everybody was frozen there for just a moment.
Good crossover move down low to Marissa Meehan, who puts it up and in.
Good job by Punturi to create something. Didn't have a lot of movement. The flex didn't get going, so she crossed it over, got to the middle, and dumped it with a pocket pass to Meehan, who finished it off.
And Loogootee breaking the full court pressure. They had Jones open as she got the pass off to Tiana Graber, who misses the three. So that's hopefully good for Valley that she'll be off tonight. Here's a pull-up jumper, good by Stevie McNew.
Stevie playing well with me here. Got an offensive rebound, defensive rebound, took it all the way coast to coast and put it in. I love it when Stevie gets hot early.
And that's two more than she scored against Northeast DuBois. So hopefully that is a good start as well. Graber open from 16. Too hard. Marissa Meehan able to corral the rebound. So much better start here for the Lady Hawks. They only scored 1 point in the opening quarter against DuBois on Thursday night. Venturi walks it into the front court, guarded by Jones, takes her down the lane, puts up the shot, lost the handle, picked up by Graber. She's on the break, throws it ahead, intended for Sydney Davis, and it's intercepted by Alana Nelson. Already a couple of turnovers, and now we've got an official's timeout. It looked like Stevie McNew may have gotten popped in the face. I'm not sure. She is going to come down and not really sure. She's kind of hunched over behind the bench. At any rate, Elizabeth Stemley checks in for her. 5'6" senior now at 3 points per ball game.
I'm not sure what it is. I thought maybe it was a contact lens, but it's not. Anyway, she'll be attended to.
Oh, there's a bad pass by Kyra Harris, stolen by Tiana Graber, and she takes it to the other end and lays it up and in. So Valley careless there in the front court, and Loogootee off the turnover scores their first point.
This is Lagootee's best defense when they go 1-3-1. We'll see if Valley can handle it.
And it goes through the hands of Stemley, picked up by Meehan. Misses the shot, got her own rebound, no good, but does draw the foul.
Diagonal pass against the trap. They squeezed it in there to Marissa, who bobbled it momentarily, was able to gather it back. Missed it, but got her own shot back. And she'll earn a trip to the line for two.
And Tiana Graber picks up the personal foul as Marissa able to drop in the foul shot. She's got her third point. First sub for Brian Smith is Kalia Fleming, a 5'4" freshman. Their super sub at 8 a game. Checks into the lineup, and out will go Julianne Bell. Second free throw by Marissa, perfect. So a good start at the line as well. So here in the early going, Kevin, it looks like Valley just a tad bit more focused than they were coming out against the Lady Chiefs.
You betcha. Loogootee looks flat to me. Coach Smith was worried about that in the pregame when I got the chance to talk to him. They were flat 2 years ago when they came here as well, you may remember, and got pasted. We'll see if they can respond. But right now, Loogootee off to a very poor start. On the other hand, the Hawks shooting it well, playing it well.
They work it in low to Sutton, who feeds it down low to Brooklyn Jones for the easy layup.
Did a good job against our 3-2 zone there. Got the ball in the middle. Now here again, the 1-3-1 trap of Loogootee. We've got to be able to handle this.
6-4. Valley's lead at 2. Stemley left side. Tip pass again. Kyra able to control. Venturi works it around now to Nelson. Alana, free throw line to Elizabeth. 10-footer on the way. Would not go. Got her own rebound. But taking it away that time is Davis. Ahead now to Graber. Stop and go move. Lost the handle and is able to bounce it off of Kyra Harrell and out of bounds. Kyra a little upset there that Graber would do that, but pretty much a basketball play. You're losing the ball, so you try to get it off the opposition. Down the lane goes Fleming. Misses the shot. The rebound grabbed by Alana Nelson, and Jones had a hold of her arm and is going to get nailed on the foul. So that'll be her first, team second. Julianne Bell back in, Jones out. Stevie McNew still on the bench. And we have yet to see Jewel McCormick. Now, in Jewel's defense, she had an academic trip to New York City, so she missed a practice or two. Not by design, but just for academic purposes. So she'll be back in there. Here's a three, good! Kyra Harrell! And Kyra, she was held to one free throw against DuBois, and she comes in and pops her first shot of the game, a three-pointer, and Valley extends the lead to 9-4. 3:40 to go, opening quarter. Graber out beyond the arc, drives it, comes to a jump stop. Valley fans wanted to travel. Good no call, though, by the officials. You can do that. Graber has it on the right side, guarded by Stemley, drives the baseline, gets around her, tries the reverse layup, no good, and Alana Nelson pulls down the rebound.
That was a really good move, but she couldn't finish it with the left hand. Nelson pulls it down, and here come the Hawks, who've handled the 1-3-1 so far with good diagonal passing against the trap.
Now Leah will launch a three. It's no good. Rebound picked up by Marissa, back up, no good. She fights for the rebound, can't come up with it, and it'll be out of bounds to Loogootee, but good effort again by Marissa. Stevie back into the ball game now as Kyra will sit down, and here is the appearance of Jewel McCormick, the 5'10" sophomore, averaging 11 points per contest to go along with 8 rebounds per game. Under 3 minutes to go, Valley by 5. Jones, Julianne Bell, top of the key against the Valley zone, off to Fleming. Drives it to the foul line, kicks it off now to Davis, who won't take the shot. Jones has it left side, drives it to the foul line, hands it back to Graber. They're going to pay particular attention to her. Good skip pass in low to Julianne Bell, and moment of indecision. She didn't know whether to drive it or pass it, and she ends up traveling with the basketball.
They're going to go full court pressure here. They've been good in the preseason with that, at least before they played us. We'll see how we can handle it. Not well in that first possession. We turn it over.
Yep, little out of control again. Valley treats the ball like a hot potato sometimes, and it costs them. There's a shot partially blocked by Stevie McNew as Sidney Davis tried the right side long-range jumper. Valley's defense pretty strong. They've held Loogootee to just 2 baskets in 5.5 minutes. Although there goes Fleming down the lane, missed the shot, and Jewell able to corral the rebound.
Another good move by them, but they can't finish right now, shooting it poorly.
Stevie on the left side takes it top of the key. Stops, lobs it in low to Jewell. Drives in, little up and under move. What a move by Jewell McCormick off the glass. Count it, and one.
He'll drop step to the baseline there to her right shoulder. Been well coached there. Good pass, too, to get it in there to her. Valley off to an outstanding start. That's going to prompt a Brian Smith timeout.
It'll be a 30-second timeout with 2:05 remaining here in the opening quarter on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Lady Hawks looking good out of the gate with an 11-4 lead. By the way, that foul on Julianne Bell is her first. 3 now on Loogootee. The Lady Hawks have yet to commit a personal foul.
Right now the zone's been very effective for Springs Valley. Loogootee only has 2 baskets. One of those on a live ball turnover that they took in and finished, so they've only got 1 basket in the half court. They've gotten some good looks, particularly a couple of nice left-handed floating drives. Graber made a nice baseline drive, but they haven't been able to finish around the rim. And because of that, Valley has now got their biggest lead of the night at 8, 12-4.
After the free throw, good. Lady Hawks 3 for 3 at the stripe. Now Valley's going to apply a little full court pressure. Knocked away by Atlanta, picked up by Kyra. Into the front court now. Here's a quick 3 by Kyra. No good. Rebound Atlanta. Back up and overshot the goal. Falling down that time was Davis. Picked up by Tiana Graber. Here she comes quickly into the front court. Roars it down the lane. Runs over. Kyra Harrell is called for the offensive foul. And Tiana Graber, their leading scorer at nearly 19 a game, has just picked up her 2nd personal foul. So decision time here for Brian Smith, and I think he's going to go to his bench, but not in time to break the pressure. Here's Stevie to the baseline as they break the pressure in low to Jewell. Puts up the shot. Good! Counted at another Loogootee foul.
Great pass by Stevie to catch Jewell on the run. It was slightly behind her, but Jewell snagged it with those big mitts of hers. They would have scored against contact, and Valley off to their best start they've had.
And before Brian Smith could get Tiana Graber out, she just picked up her 3rd personal foul here in the opening quarter.
That was one of those 50-50 calls. Could have went either way. Loogootee bench doesn't like it, but Valley sure does. Graber will have to set, and the Hawks up 10.
14-4 now as Jewell's got 5. She missed the free throw. Loogootee with it, driving down the lane. That time is Bell, and she'll probably have to take over. Their 2nd leading scorer at nearly 13 a game as she powered her way to the basket and drew the foul on Jewell. That's Valley's first foul as a team tonight. So first free throws now for the Lady Lions as Bell fires the first one up and hits it. That ends an 8-0 run for Valley. Now Elizabeth Stemley out, Leah Punturi back in, and now Alana Nelson will get a rest as Abby Kendall checks in for the first time, the 5'7" junior. Second free throw by Bell is good as well. So that ends the 8-0 run by Valley. They still lead by 8 now at 14-6. Punturi met by Jones at the 10-second line off to Kyra. To Leah, back to Kyra, 3 on the leg, good!
Right in the slot, they just passed it back and forth, ping-pong up at the top. When Lagootee's defense didn't shift to her, she just fired it on the run and hit it.
Good to see the Lady Hawks dropping long-range field goals. Here's Jones from long range, no good. Rebound to Bell, lost the handle, and now we're going to have a hell ball situation. It'll stay with Loogootee. But good to see Valley hitting on all cylinders now as they have opened up their biggest lead now at 17-6. Here's Davis, looks to get it in, comes into Fleming, top of the key, and low to Sutton, turns on Jewel, lost the handle, and she's tied up by Leah Punturi, and that'll go as a Lady Lion turnover.
That's their 7th, Mike, as they've been very sloppy with the ball. More turnovers than points for the Lions right now. This is a major surprise to me of how well this game has started. Valley really been sharp.
Oh, they're going to call it over and back here. Oh, my goodness. Ron Grimes, the official, said Leah did not establish herself in the front court when she caught the pass from Jewel. And, boy, I am looking right straight through the center court line, and I completely disagree with that call.
That call was terrible, and Dave Pillar knows it. He's in front of the Valley bench right now, but Ron Grimes, the trail official, had a bad angle, made the call.
And low, bad pass. Taken away by Fleming underneath the basket. Baseline to Sutton, out to Jones. And she's called for a traveling violation. Boy, this has to be uncharacteristic for Loogootee, all these turnovers here. Like I said, they have beaten some good teams. They beat, Mitchell was their only loss, but they did beat Forest Park. And they took care of North Davies and Eastern Green without any problems. Down low, pass tipped away. Again, Lady Hawks, Kevin, looking to push the ball up the floor.
And I like it. If a team's going to press you, make them pay for it if you can break it. Don't just set it up. That means they can just press you with impunity. Attack them.
Leah lobs it in low, and to Jewel, who missed the shot. Abby Kendall tried to put back, but it was blocked away and out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Lady Hawks. I'm surprised Valley not playing for the final shot of the quarter. 16 seconds to go in the period. Now they lob it in low to Jewel again for the catch and shoot. Couldn't get it to go, but more free throws upcoming here for Jewel.
They're in attack mode. Valley has no holding for the last shot at all. They're attacking full speed ahead. Playing with no fear right now in the Lion defense, and Jewel able to post up there, catch the lob pass. She'll go to the line twice, where she has struggled.
And she can't get that one to go. She hit her first one, has missed her last two. Valley by 11, 13 seconds to go, and they've got their leading scorer on the bench with 3 fouls. That one off the back of the rim, rebound to Stevie, leans in, puts it up, no good. Jewel fights for the rebound, scramble for it, and it's out of bounds, and they're going to say Jewel the last to touch it. But again, good hustle, even though she couldn't come up with it. Now, 8 seconds left. Loogootee will have the length of the floor to try to do something. It comes in now to Jones. Roars it into the front court with 5. Down the lane she goes. Off to Bell for a 10-footer. That is good, just ahead of the first quarter horn. Big basket there for the Lady Lions. They'll cut it to 9 after 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It's Springs Valley 17 and Loogootee 8. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
Legends Restaurant in French Lick is your ultimate destination for any special occasion you might have. Birthdays, wedding receptions, anniversaries. Legends has the party room, the supplies, and best of all, the great food you need to pull off that perfect event. And it's not too soon to be thinking about their big New Year's Eve bash featuring a live DJ, party favors, and a free toast at midnight. Book your holiday parties now by calling 936-6338. That's 936-6338. Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Back we come to the Hawks Nest in French Lick. Great start for the Lady Hawks. They didn't necessarily shoot particularly well, but they got a lot more than what they did when they were 0 for 9 against Northeast DuBois. They'll take a 9-point lead to the second quarter. Lagootee's got the basketball. New face in there. We'll tell you about that as Julianne Bell dribbles around Stephen McNew. Lost the handle, got it back on the left side. Kicks it down to the corner to Jones. Back up top to Fleming. Trying to shake and bake. Works it around now to Jones. Mackenzie Van Hoy, a 5'8 freshman, has entered the lineup now for Loogootee, averaging 3 a game. as Loogootee continues to work it around the perimeter. There goes Fleming down the lane, airballs it, but an offensive rebound again. Valley not getting those defensive boards right now, and Loogootee getting a lot of second shot opportunities. Van Hoy down to the corner to Sutton. To Van Hoy on the perimeter, trying to rotate against Valley's zone. There's Jones, drives it down the lane, throws up the runner, and banks it off the glass and in.
Nice move by Jones to split the Valley defense, that 3-2 zone, odd number front. She split the front of it and hit the floater off the glass.
Oh, what a feed down low. Leah Flinturi again creating. And as they converge, she just dumped it off to Stevie McNew wide open underneath the basket for the layup.
Good job by Stevie to finish it again and just attacking this Loogootee defense off the dribble before they can get set.
Valley back up by 9. Jones left wing drives it into the lane again for 2 more.
Well, dribble penetration has been a big problem the last 2 possessions as the freshman Jones able to get into the paint.
Oh, bad pass here by Leah. And even the tall Jewel could not come down with that up-court pass.
Valley's defense has got to move its feet when the ball comes toward them. They're getting a little bit frozen, a little dead-legged. When Jones is attacking those gaps, you've got to slide up there and cut that off.
Valley trying to take advantage with Tiana Graber. She burned the Lady Hawks for 24 last year, including a 12-point third quarter. She's on the bench now. There's a tip pass stolen away by Kyra Harrell. Valley playing with Kyra, Leah, Alana Nelson, Stevie McNew, and Jewel McCormick. There's a reach-in by Fleming. I'm surprised they didn't call the foul there, mainly because the fouls are 6-1 right now.
Well, I'm watching the interplay between the two coaches. Coach Smith for Loogootee is all over Marcus Debro in particular, and Marcus doesn't like that at all. And Marty's all over Ron Grimes, the longtime official for Mitchell, and he doesn't take that very well, so neither one of them's yelling at Polari. Maybe they should.
What another beautiful feed by Leah. Almost a no-look pass, diagonal underneath to Stevie, the recipient. She scores again. Here's Bell, blocked away by Marissa, and then a whistle, and we'll get a kick here on the Lady Hawks. As Valley back up by 9. That was their halftime lead.
We don't see a ball come up to the 5th row here at Valley very often, but that'll teach those girls to quit playing on their cell phone and watch the game. As that nailed one of our student section people right there behind the Valley bench.
5.5 to go, first half. Valley by 9. Van Hoy, baseline to Sutton. Down in low to Bell, turns, puts it up from 10, and banks home another one. Boy, Loogootee cannot miss right now.
Getting right inside of our zone with the dribble and the pass. Julianne Bell with a nice finish off the window. Loogootee within 7.
Off the Meehan screen, and Leah lost the ball. Picked up by Fleming. Throws it ahead, intended for Chelsea Sutton, and it's over her outstretched fingertips and out of bounds.
Loogootee turnovers are keeping us ahead. 10th turnover of the night on the Lady Lions in under 10 minutes of play.
Valley's led by as many as 11. They enjoy a 7-point lead right now. Leah drives it right, crossover move, down the lane she goes, throws up the wild shot, missed it. Rebound to Bell, she's on a break to the other end. Kyra trying to cut her off, little up and under move, and she gets 2 more. Right now, Jones and Bell are covering for Tiana Graber, who's on the bench, with those 3 personal fouls. And Valley's lead shrinking, it's down to 5. Fleming all over Leah right there and is finally going to get called for the foul. She's been bumping and grinding on Leah this whole half, and she picks up her first foul. That is, however, the 17th foul, so that will send Valley to the free throw line, and they really need to take advantage here. They were 3 of 6 from the line in the first quarter. As Leah spins the ball, lets it fly, and drops it in for her first point of the night.
Valley are right around a 50% free throw shooting team on the year, and they were 50% early in the game, so you want to take advantage of this. You've got Loogootee in the penalty with 17 fouls. Valley, on the other hand, has just committed 1.
That one around good. So Valley now 5 of 8 at the free throw line. First points for Leah, who'll take a break. Stevie back in now. So it's Meehan, Stemley, Nelson, McNew, and Harrell. As we have 4.5 minutes to go before halftime. Fleming running the point, and there's a tip pass by Stevie and out of bounds. Jones in there with Fleming, Bell, Van Hoy, and Sutton, who's got it down to the left corner, out of the wing to Jones. Swings it up top to Fleming, around now on the right side to Van Hoy. Back to Fleming against this Valley zone. Tip pass again, this time Atlanta with nice anticipation, and nearly had the steal. So good to see Valley active with their hands on those passes. Here's Van Hoy on the left side. That one is stolen away by Kyra, and she's bumped and fouled by Julianne Bell. Oh, no! Are you kidding me? There is no way. Kyra Harrell got to the ball first, and they're going to call the foul on Kyra. Oh, my goodness.
Coach Niehaus got on Ron Grimes early, and he's had it in for her ever since, I'm telling you.
And there's a steal by Kyra, and Julianne Bell was all over Kyra there, hit her while she was on the floor, and Ron Grimes still doesn't have the guts to call a foul. And now Marty Niehaus, you don't have to worry about a jump ball because Marty quickly calling a timeout. So
I've been there on that sideline when you get on Ron and he gets all over you, and you just got to know that's just somebody you just can't yell at no matter how bad you want to or how much he deserves it, because it will only get worse. You just got to figure it out and deal with it somehow internally. It's not easy.
That is for sure. But Valley will have the ball. Their lead is 7, 23-16. We are exactly halfway through the second quarter. And this is an important stretch, Kevin, because, again, as we emphasized, Tiana Graber, their leading scorer, 19 a game, on the bench with 3 personal fouls. So it's not likely Brian Smith is going to bring her back in before halftime.
Yeah, you feel like we need to be up double digits by the end of this quarter.
Yeah.
To try to build up some margin of error in the second half when she's back in.
Nice move, Kyra. Baseline to Marissa. In motorway, cutting Elizabeth Stemley for the layup. Oh, Valley showing their unselfishness in impressive fashion. Elizabeth has her first 2, and Valley back up by 9. Cross-court pass comes off now to Davis. Back over to Van Hoy. In the lane, it goes to Bell. Triple team. Lost the handle, and Mercer comes out of there with it now for Valley. Ahead now to Kyra. Quickly into the front court. Kyra in low to Atlanta. Turns. Free throw line to Elizabeth, who drives down the lane. Lost the handle. Scramble for it. We'll have a held ball, and it'll stay on the Lady Hawks end.
The executor out of bounds under here against Loogoottee's 2-3 zone. They have some holes in this, and you can take advantage of it on an out of bounds. Get a good look in the shot.
Jewel back in now for Marissa.
Oh, Atlanta hit that.
Swing it around. Here's Kyra. She'll launch, and it looks short. It is. Rebound to Elizabeth, and she got tripped up, and she'll be on the line. Boy, good hustle by Elizabeth Stemley this time as she came down with the offensive rebound as she tried to drive back. Picks up the foul, and Julianne Bell, their second leading scorer, has picked up her second. And that is the 18th foul, so Elizabeth at the line to shoot a 1-and-1, and she hits the first one. And Valley has reestablished their double-digit lead as they have scored the last 5. Loogootee got it to within 21-16, and now Elizabeth trying to push it back up to 11. She does not, and Jones the rebound. 3 minutes to go, first half. Valley by 10. They let Jones go all the way down the lane, missed it. Rebound grabbed by Jewel McCormick.
That was a big girl rebound there. Jewel got that in traffic and yanked it out of there with authority. That's what we need.
Yeah. Nelson baseline right, out of the wing now to Stevie. Turns, drives it to the baseline underneath the basket, tries to reverse layup, missed it. Rebound being fought for. Stevie comes out of there with it. Throws it off now to Atlanta, clears it away to Kyra.
Make it hurt.
Long 3, short. Rebound, Atlanta back up and good. Atlanta with a weak side rebound. Chowie on the spot. 7 in a row now for the Lady Hawks. They lead by 12, their biggest. Jones works it around now to Fleming. Drives it left side, throws up the little runner, missed it badly, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to give it to Loogootee. I thought Elizabeth had it, and Jones knocked it away from her. Out will come Sydney Davis. Back in is Mackenzie Van Hoy. 2:12 to go in the half with Valley up by 12. Comes into Bell. Bell may have double dribbled, got it in the lane, put it up, banked home another one. That's 10 points now for Julianne Bell. who again is having to save the day for Loogootee with Graber on the bench for those 3 fouls.
Now, Bell's got 2. I'd like to go at her, see if I can get her third somehow.
Right. Here's a cross-court to Stevie. Fakes, drives it into the lane, throws up the 10-footer and got it.
Stevie McBuckets with a right-hand dribble drive. Laid it off. The 10-footer floater.
I was going to say, not much arch that time. There's a tip pass. Here's Van Hoy. Drives the baseline. Skips it off to Jones for an 18-footer that is good. That's 8 now for Brooklyn Jones, who only averages 5. This Loogootee team, unreal shooting. They've hit 7 out of 10 here in the quarter, and that's just keeping them remotely close right now. Here's Stemley into the lane. I think they're going to get Elizabeth on a travel, yeah.
8th turnover on Valley, and you're right, Mike. Loogootee shooting the ball well, but Valley able to have a 10-point lead because the Lions continue to turn it over, 11 of them already in this first half.
Valley not doing poorly themselves. They're 5 out of 9. So 1:21 to go in the half. Valley would love to take a double-digit lead to the locker room. It's 10 right now. Van Hoy deep on the right side. Looks, lobs it in low to Bell. Drives it in on McCormick. Out of control, managed to get it over to Jones. Jones had it stripped away, and it'll stay with Loogootee as Alana Nelson, again, harassing her, the last to touch it.
Just 2 team fouls on Valley here with a minute to go. We've got some fouls to give. We can be a little more aggressive here if we so choose.
Fleming down the lane, and are they going to get Jewel on this foul?
I think they
because
do.
she was just standing straight up. Nope, they're going to put it on Kyra instead.
Kyra coming in from the back. Jewel kind of turned her body there. I thought they maybe get her with it, but it is Kyra from the backside, and
her second.
That will send Kyra Fleming to the line twice. Kalia Fleming.
Everything dropping for the Lady Lions right now as that one rolled, touched every part of the rim, and finally dropped through. Stevie back in, Kyra out. Fleming's second free throw is good as well. They're 4 for 4 at the free throw line, so for whatever reason, they definitely love the rims here at the Hawks Nest.
Here comes the 1-3-1 again in Loogootee. Springs Valley has handled this much better than I anticipated. Coach Smith, though, going back to it.
Trying the trapping pressure. Over it comes to Stevie. She's going to launch a 3. It's off the back of the rim with a rebound grab by Jones. Outlet it comes to Fleming. 2-on-1 with Julianne Bell, and she lays it up and in.
Those long misses can lead to long rebounds and fast break opportunities. Loogootee cuts it to 6.
35 seconds to go. Bounce pass off to Stevie. Pull up for a wing jumper. That one is good.
No fear from her. She missed one the last possession. She doesn't care. She'll rise up and knock it down for the left wing 17-footer.
High-scoring game, 32-24. Valley has blown away the 26 they scored against Du Bois, and we're not even to halftime yet. Jones down the lane. Kicks it off now to Davis for a 3 that is around, would not go. Rebounded Jewel. Now he's got 6 to go. Marty Niehaus says quickly into the front court, off to Atlanta. Stops, will pop the 3. It is no good, and that will do it for the first half of play. Valley led by as many as 12, and they'll settle for an 8-point lead here at halftime, but perhaps for Marty Niehaus not taking advantage as much as they would have liked with the Lady Lions leading scorer on the bench with 3 personal fouls. Nevertheless, a strong first half put forth by this Springs Valley team, and they'll enjoy an 8-point lead as the teams head off to their locker rooms. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. At the break, it is the Lady Hawks 32, the Lady Lions 24. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812 865-2229.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Alana Nelson, here every dribble, pass, and shot of Lady Blackhawks basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Hawks Nest, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Springs Valley High School. We're at halftime. The Hawks leading a very good, in fact, a 5-1 Loogootee team by 8 at 32-24. Impressive for the Lady Hawks on both ends of the floor. Let's take a look at the scoring for Loogootee. The one, or actually there's probably two players that are even keeping Loogootee close right now. That is Julianne Bell, their senior. She has 5 field goals and 2 free throws, 12 first-half points. Right behind her, Brooklyn Jones has already exceeded her average of 5 a game. She's got 8, so that's 20 of the 24. Tiana Graber, their leading scorer, coming in at almost 19 a contest, picked up her second foul early before Coach Brian Smith could get her out. She picked up her third, so she stayed out basically for the final quarter and a half with those 3 fouls, did manage to score 2 points. And the other 2 points coming on 2 free throws by Kalia Fleming. Chelsea Sutton and Sydney Davis starting, and Mackenzie Van Hoy off the bench did not score. We mentioned the 3 fouls on Graber. Julianne Bell has 2. Nobody else for Loogootee has more than 1. For Springs Valley in the first half, Stevie McNew. And as Kevin Terrell affectionately calls her Stevie McBuckets, did just that. 8 of her 10 points coming in that second quarter to hold off the Loogootee charge. She's got 10 to lead the Lady Hawks here through 2 quarters. Kyra Harrell, good to see her long-range shooting going. She hit a pair of 3-pointers in the opening quarter. She has got 6. Jewel McCormick, coming off the bench for tonight, has 5 on 2 field goals, 1 out of 4 at the free throw line. Marissa Meehan doing well, a basket, and knocked down a couple of free throws as well. She has got 4. Elizabeth Stemley, probably our hardest worker of the game thus far, a basket, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line for 3. Alana Nelson on a basket, Leah Punturi on 2 free throws. Each have a deuce, and the only one that is played in the first half that has not scored for Valley, Abby Kendall. So 10 out of Stevie McNew, 6 from Kyra Harrell, pacing the way thus far. Kyra picked up 2 first-half fouls. Jewel got 1. Those were the only 3 Valley were whistled for in that first half of play. Valley led 17-8 after 1. They get outscored 16-15 in the second quarter, and they lead by 8 on the Sullivan Financial board here at halftime at 32-24. We'll take a quick break. Kevin Terrell goes over our first half statistics when we return. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Go Springs Valley Basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Elizabeth Stimley. Thanks for listening to Lady Blackhawk basketball right here on Q100.
Kevin Terrell back here at the Hawks Nest in beautiful downtown French Lick. Springs Valley High School, the site of high school girls basketball action tonight. Springs Valley, the home team, leading the visiting Loogootee Lions at halftime, 32-24. Here is your halftime report. The numbers for Loogootee. They shoot 10 out of 19 for 53% from two-point range. Many of those tight shots inside by Julianne Bell, who's off to a magnificent start. They were 0 for 4, though, from downtown, so 10 out of 23 total, 43%. For the Lions, they were perfect in the line, 4 out of 4. And their biggest bugaboo of the night, turnovers. They turned it over a whopping 11 times, 8 of those in the first quarter. Valley was able to out-rebound them 17-13. 3 of those were on the offensive end of those 13. For Springs Valley, they shoot 10 out of 20 from two-point range. That's 50%. We'll take that all night long. Bombing them in from downtown, 2 out of 8, 25%. Overall, 12 for 28 shooting for 43%. Doesn't sound super impressive, but when you shoot at just 18% in your last outing, 43% sounds awfully, awfully good. 6 out of 10 from the line for Valley, 60%. We turned it over 8 times, 4 in each quarter, and we out-rebounded the Lions, as I mentioned, 17-13. 8 of those 17 were on the offensive end. It was a much better beginning and a much better finish to the half. One of the best first halves of the season, I think, was the Springs Valley girls. They're up 8 on a highly ranked and highly qualified Loogootee Ball Club. 32-24 is your score as we go to the second half. We'll be back in 1 minute for the second half action. You're listening to the Springs Valley girls basketball on WFLQ French Lick.
She's a bad man, pajama.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
This is Springs Valley Junior Forward Abby Kendall, your power station for Lady Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Third quarter underway here at the Hawks Nest. Valley will be moving left to right. Loogootee with the ball to start the quarter. They call a kick on Valley as Graber tried an entry pass. Brooklyn Jones in there along with Chelsea Stutton, Tiana Graber, Julianne Bell, and Sydney Davis, the original lineup in there for Brian Smith's Loogootee Lady Lions. As Graber stops, pops a three, and hits.
You know, they want to get her going. They screen the top of the zone, and Graber just dribbles to her left, squares up, and shoots an uncontested three, knocking it in for the first three-pointer of the night for the Lions. They're within 5, close as they've been in quite a while.
Valley with their first possession of the third quarter. Lana Nelson swings it around to Marissa Meehan. Baseline 2. Stevie McNew, and we're going to get an illegal screen called here against Valley.
Leah kind of slid toward the out-of-bounds line on that flex action. A little Louisville entry by Springs Valley, a little up screen there, and then they get the flex going, and they call Penturi for the moving screen, the back screen part of it. Nice turnover on Valley.
Here is Davis. Kicks it down left side now to Graber. She's got some making up to do, although Jones with a jumper no good, and Marissa Meehan able to corral the rebound. It's Leah Punturi, Kyra Harrell, Stevie McNew, Alana Nelson, and Marissa Meehan, the original lineup for Marty Niehaus. Here is a crossover move by Leah, kicks it left side to Stevie. 10-footer on the way, would not go. A good block out, and Jones able to corral the rebound. She'll take it all the way down court herself, all the way in, scoops it up, and got it, and nobody stopped Brooklyn Jones. Loogootee, the first 5 of the third quarter, you knew they were going to make a run, and here they come. Valley's once 12-point lead has been whittled to 3.
Another good move by the freshman. She attacked Meehan in transition and delivered.
And missing a short jumper was Marissa Meehan. Got her own rebound, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball, and Loogootee comes out of there with it. So 2-point blank shots missed there. And Loogootee can draw closer. They work it in low to Sutton. Little fall away. 2 more.
Springs Valley's went to a combination defense at the half, and it's not worked. Loogootee has shredding it. Confusion on the defensive end for Valley. And Coach Niehaus is going to have to take a quick timeout.
6:02 to go. Third quarter, we got ourselves a ball game. Lady Hawks lead just one now, 32-31 on the Sullivan Financial Board. Back with more Springs Valley basketball in just a moment.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
First 7 of the third quarter begin belong to Loogootee. Their lead is just 1. That is for the Lady Hawks. Timeout called by Marty Niehaus to try to regroup her squad. She'll stay with their original unit as Leah works it into the front court, goes left side and threw the ball away.
Not the possession you want after a timeout. They got to get anything done. Just come out and sail it out of bounds. And Loogootee has a chance to take the lead here with one more bucket. We've went this triangle and 2 action these last few possessions designed to confuse Logootee's offense, but instead it's confused us, and they've been getting wide open shots near the rim.
Sutton out now to Jones. She drives it into the lane, throws up the runner, and Loogootee leads for the first time. This is a team I cannot understand how they cannot miss a shot right now. They have hit 4 of their first 5. They were 7 of 11 in the second quarter as well, and these are pretty much contested shots that they're still getting to go. Baseline, Stevie's got it. Valley has not trailed until now. 5:10 to go here in the third quarter as Loogotee's come out like a team possessed. Little crossover move. Leah underneath to Marissa, and she blew the layup. Fight for the rebound. Will have a held ball, and it'll stay with the Lady Hawks, but boy, Valley has got to finish those point-blank shots.
Nice move by Penturi to dribble over into the paint, create something, and make a nice pass, pocket pass with her left hand to Meehan, who's missed a couple here to start the half.
Now Jewell back in for Marissa. And also Jones out, Fleming back in.
Boy, got a wide-open shooter in the corner. If you can get it there, and Jewell right by the basket.
Right there off the inbounds, and Jewell lays it up and in.
Took advantage of their zone on the inbounds. Zone's not always sound on a baseline out-of-bounds situation, and we got an easy layup. We needed that badly.
Graber drives it left, works it around now to Fleming. Valley and a man, back over it comes to Davis. He'll heave up a 3, missed it badly, but another offensive rebound. In low to Sutton. Goes to a cutting Bell, who throws up the shot. Good, it'll count, and a foul.
Well, again, the combination defense, triangle and 2, has not been particularly effective since we've tried it here to start the second half. Loogootee having no difficulty using their cutters, offensive rebounding, and getting shots in the paint whenever they wanted. It's confused us more than it has them.
And the free throw by Bell is good. She's 3 for 3 at the free throw line. She's only a 53% free throw shooter, so figure out some of these shooting numbers for Loogootee. It's just, you wonder how it can happen. Ball tipped away from Jewel. She tracks it down to the corner. Looks to get rid of it. Finally hands off now to Nelson. Atlanta off to Stevie. Bad pass. Stolen away by Bell. She's on the way to the other end. Stops, puts it up. Got it again.
Julianne Bell, one of the most improved players in the area, and she's having a career night that's going to cost another Marty Niehaus timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout as Loogootee comes out on a 14-2 run to start this third quarter, and they now lead by 4 on the Sullivan Financial Board at 38-34, and Valley Ship listing badly right now.
Yeah, we're struggling with catching the basketball, struggling to make the simple passes, and we're starting to finish around the basket. Those plays that we made in the first half, we are leaving on the floor now. Loogootee taking full advantage. That last time with a live ball turnover, the pass was behind McNew. She tried to catch it with one hand, could not. The turnover led to the easy basket by the Lions, who are shredding us in the first 4 minutes of this third quarter.
Loogootee 6 of 8 from the field here in this quarter. That's 75%. Valley just 1 out of 5. Venturi had it poked away by Fleming. Fight for the loose ball. It goes out of bounds, and I think they're going to say Leah's the last to touch it. Although in Leah's defense, she got hacked there, and they failed to call a foul.
Fourth turnover of the quarter on Valley early. It's all going badly right now for the Hawks. Got to figure out a way to stem the tide, stop the bleeding.
Out front, Fleming works it around now to Davis. Off the screen, ball tipped. Oh, nobody saw it as Chelsea Sutton put up the shot. No good, but she does get fouled, and more free throws. And I think Jewel gets called on the foul. That'll be her second.
Nice screen roll action as Valley went man-to-man there. Good call by Coach Smith to take advantage of Valley's poor ball screen defense. Sutton in the line twice, missed the first one. She could have got called, I thought, for a moving screen. She was very physical when she set it, but she got away with it, rolled to the rim well.
And both of them missed. Rebound grab by Jewel. So finally, she's just a 40% free throw shooter, so imagine that. Somebody actually playing to their percentage. There's a bump by Fleming, and this time they are going to call it. I don't think Ron Grimes wanted to, because he seems to have it in for Valley. First foul on the Lady Lions here in the quarter, second on Fleming.
We got Jewel in the lob if we'll find her.
Here's Atlanta.
Got a big advantage there with Jewel. She's got about a 6-inch advantage inside on Sutton if we can just post her up in there.
Leah, and there's a block. Oh, they're going to call an illegal screen on Jewel, and that's her third.
That was a good call. She didn't get there. She was late for it, stuck the knee out, and ends up being a foul on McCormick. Decision time for Marty Niehaus. She's going to roll the die and leave Jewel in there.
38-34, Valley has just gone dry, and they allow Jones to go all the way to the hole. Rebound by Sutton, but she missed the putback. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on Valley. Here's Leah running the floor, kicks it down to the corner to Nelson. Atlanta circles out front, picks up the dribble, moves it around now to Leah. Fakes, steps in, launches a 12-footer around, couldn't get the bounce. Rebound to Jewel, back up, good, count it. And she'll be on the line for the and one.
Big kid rebounding in for Jewel. She skied up over everyone on both teams right there, pulled it out with two hands, came down, set herself, and went up strong. She has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Foul on Chelsea Sutton, her first, the team's second. Valley pulls back to within 2. Jewel with her 9th point. Fires up this one, looks long, and it's off target. The rebound pulled out of there by Bell. Quickly into the front court, it goes to Davis, kicks it off to Fleming, who'll heave up a 3. It is no good. Fleming tries to save it. Oh, right now, Loogootee out hustling, but there's a steal by Atlanta. She's going to break to the other end. Takes it in on Bell, and they'll call the foul on Julianne Bell. And you know what's funny, Kevin? She fouled Atlanta about 3 times from the half-court line all the way in to underneath the basket, and they didn't call the foul. until right at the very end.
Well, worked out because she's going to get 2 free throws out of it. See if Atlanta can knock them in and tie the game.
And she does with the first one. She has got her 3rd point. And that's 3 on Bell. Graber will come out.
No, I think it might be 4.
No, they put it on Diana Graber. That's her 4th. I thought they had Bell, but Graber with the foul. No, that was Julianne Bell that committed the foul. I'm surprised because I watched that whole sequence.
He did signal 22, though, when he came to the bench, so it's going to be her 4th, and she'll go to the bench.
As Fleming with a little runner. I'll tell you what, Loogootee just keeps taking the ball into the paint, and Valley is not doing anything to stop those moves right now. And Loogootee, that's where they're cashing in right now. Back to a 2-point Loogootee lead, 2 minutes to go. Here's Stevie on the right side. On the hole, clears it away to Jewell. Hands off now to Atlanta, top of the circle. Looking inside, trying to post up Stevie. Instead, they go to Elizabeth. Off to Stevie for a 3 that rims out. And the rebound pulled out of there by Bell. So Graber on the bench again with 4. Let's see if Valley can take advantage. They let Bell run through to the baseline. Now Fleming swings it around to Davis. Back to Fleming at the point. Slides off the screen, takes it down the lane, throws up the runner. This time it is no good. Rebound to Van Hoy. Off now to Fleming. Dumps it off to Davis for a 12-footer. No good. And finally, Valley able to corral the rebound. 1:15 to go. Lob underneath to Atlanta. Scoops it up. No good, but draws the foul.
Good things happen when we attack off defensive rebounds and run the floor. We can take advantage of Loogootee being poor in transition. On the defensive end, Nelson uses her speed to beat everyone down the floor. We find her, and she'll go to the line twice. If she can make them, she can tie the game again.
First one up perfect. 5 points now for Atlanta. They've had 1 tie, 3 lead changes. This one up, it's off the back of the rim. Rebound tapped around, and it's Bell that comes out of there with it. Quickly into the front court as we approach a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Loogootee with a 1-point lead. Valley's led by as many as 12 in this game. Here's Jones, swings it around now to Fleming. As Valley's gone back to the zone, they were shredded by the man-to-man that they went to in the early part of the quarter.
I think they feel okay with the zone when Graber out of the game.
And not a very good pass there by Davis. Threw it in, tried to go into Bell, but she was heavily covered, and Valley forces the held ball. It'll stay with Loogootee. Ira in now as Leah out with 45 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Part of Lagootee's ability to run and get things going in their favor. They've quit turning the ball over, just 1 here in this quarter.
There's Van Hoy at the point, works it around now to Fleming. Turns, hands it to Van Hoy off her hands. Fight for the rebound. Oh, and they're going to get Kyra on a foul. My goodness. That was just simply Kyra going after the basketball. And again, when you've got an official that's going to call it against Valley every time, it makes it tough, and Valley's going to have to figure out a way to overcome that. So Kyra with her 3rd will come out. She and Jewell have 3. Jewell staying in there for now. Half minute to go here in the 3rd. Loogootee with the basketball. Fleming drives it down the lane, puts up the runner. This time it is no good, and Jewell the rebound.
Big-time rebound again by Jewell, who's really playing aggressively in this quarter. 5 boards for her. Valley can take the lead here with 1 more good possession to round out the quarter.
And they'll have the ball to start the 4th quarter as well. 10 to go. Here's Stevie to the baseline. Cut off. Lobs it in low to Jewell, who had it knocked away. Fight for the loose ball. Picked up by Elizabeth, and they're going to call her for traveling as she fell down, trying to go for the ball.
Stevie's got to be stronger with the ball there. Got her back turned. Needed to pivot, face the bucket, make a better pass to Jewell in the post-up.
They'll try the run out. It's batted away by Atlanta. And Bell fouled her. No call. Here's the shot from 3 for Atlanta. It's no good as we end the quarter. Valley got away with one, or Loogootee got away with 1 there. But nevertheless, it'll be a 1-point game as we head to the 4th. 40-39. Loogootee leads Valley after 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Back with the 4th quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You need gadgets. For that one-stop shopping destination for routers, flash drives, cables, smartphones, TVs, and more, search no longer. Our technology-powered by Smithville store is conveniently located in downtown French Lick at 505 South Maple Street. If you prefer to shop online, browse our online store at smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech. Getting what you need is just a click away. That's smithville.tech.
This is Springs Valley Senior Guard Kyra Harrell, and you are listening to Lady Blackhawks basketball on Q100.
With Kevin Terrell and our statistician McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick. A dandy going on between Valley and Loogootee. As Lady Hawks with the ball to start the quarter, they tried to lob it into Jewel, had it knocked away. She got it back and then got hacked on the arm by Julianne Bell, who does pick up her third. And now Leah drives in, lost it, got it back, lobs it in low to Jewel, puts it up, no good, but another Loogootee foul.
That's what you want to do. Feed the beast. They can't stop Jewel inside. Just keep patting the ball inside to her. Looks like maybe Loogootee blocked that cleanly from behind, but that's not the call of Ryan Grimes and the officiating crew, and Jewel can give us the lead if she can knock 2 free throws home.
First of which, it hits the front of the rim and has enough to climb over.
Jewel just shooting right around 30% for the year, but she had a nice soft touch and got that one to go.
Now for the lead, up it goes. Around would not go, and the rebound pulled out of there by Julianne Bell. Tied at 40. Just underway, fourth quarter. Bell out beyond the arc, works it around now to Kalia Fleming, who swings it around now to Jones. Down to the corner it goes to Davis. Diana Graber on the bench with 4. They work it in low to Bell, around Jewel. Throws up the off-balance shot, no good, and she traveled with the basketball, yes indeed. Late call, but the right one nevertheless. And Valley gets it back now with a chance to take the lead. And you wonder here with Brian Smith, how long do you wait before you bring Graber back in?
I think he's waiting around the 5-minute mark. We need to make him pay for this 1-3-1. It's not been good all night. They went back to it here.
In, lost the handle, now a scramble for it. That was a reach in by Fleming. This time they didn't call it. And now Marty Niehaus arguing. She thought Stevie got whacked on the arm, and I tend to agree with that. So just seems like a lot of arbitrary calls here. Fouls that
Coach Smith wanted the other way. He wanted Stevie for diving in on the pile. Neither coaching staff happy with the whistle right now.
Right. Here's Fleming. Drives. Kicks it off now to Jones on the left wing. Turns. Gives it back off to Fleming again. 6:45 left. Tie ball game. Fleming fakes it down the lane. Throws up the floater and got it again.
Well, she's taking that shot a lot tonight. That little left-handed running floater. It looks good, but she's never made it. Up until now, she got the teardrop to fall, and Loogootee takes the 42-40 lead.
Actually, she hit one in the third quarter.
Not like that, though. Not that lefty floater, I don't think.
Here's a lob into Elizabeth, blocked away. Jewel picks it up, puts it up and in. Jewel, the clean up there, has got 12, and now it's Loogootee that will take a timeout. And this will be a full timeout. A barn burner here on a Tuesday night in French Lick. 6:21 to go. Deadlocked at 42 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Back with more Lady Hawk basketball right after this.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
This is Springs Valley Senior Center Marissa Meehan. Don't miss a second of the action of the Lady Blackhawks basketball by keeping it tuned here to Q100.
of the Valley timeout, Loogootee timeout. Lady Lions have the basketball. 6:20 to go. All knotted at 42. And Tiana Graber still on the bench for the Lady Lions. Their leading scorer, almost a steal by Stevie. Fleming has got it. Works off the screen. Now it's going to heave up a three. It is no good. And this one will ricochet out of bounds and will belong to Valley.
I think we can definitely live with that. Kalia Fleming launching a 22-footer. That's a shot Valley will gladly concede the Lions all night long. And again, we're going down to the wire here. Both teams delivering blows. Going to find a way to stretch it out here, take care of the ball.
And almost a steal by Fleming, but then again, almost an illegal screen by Jewel McCormick.
Yeah, and we don't want to get her that one more foul and get her in trouble, so we got to continue to keep her in the game. We need to go inside right here. We've got Jewel. Throw it to her.
And they lob it in to Jewel. Puts it up. Oh, couldn't get it to go, but she is fouled. And Julianne Bell with a personal.
That's one of the best ways you could do it, too, on a side out of bounds. Run someone to the corner and then have Jewel seal her. That's exactly what they did, and that's the fourth foul on Julianne Bell.
So, serious foul troubles for Loogootee. As Jewel fires up the first one, couldn't get it to go. She's just 2 of 8 now at the line.
Quick shout out to some of my students and players heading home from Paoli tonight with a win against the Paoli Junior High team. Charleswick Farmers, good job. Some of you are listening on the way home.
Second one is no good as well. And it stays tied now at 42. They may try the hack a Jewel here or something here.
Yeah, they're well aware. They asked me about it in the pregame. They know all about her free throw woes. We'll see if they resort to that if need be in the last couple minutes.
And there's a foul away from the ball. And they're going to get, let's see who, Leah.
Yeah, it's going to be Venturi. She was tied up there with a Loogootee cutter. 16 foul on Springs Valley, so both teams now in the penalty from here on out.
5:25 left, still tied at 42. Here is Davis down to the corner. They lob it in low to Bell around Jewel and lays it up and in. Julianne Bell has got 19 points in the ball game now.
Big night for Bell. One of her best nights of her entire career coming tonight. Her dad just standing a couple feet from us with a big grin on his face.
Here is Alana, works it around now to Jewel. Right side of the arc, works it around now to Stemley. Elizabeth down to the corner. In low to
Jewel for the layup. Just got to keep feeding her. Every single time get Jewel a touch on the block and let her go to work.
14 now for Jewel, tied at 44. With 4:44 to go. Four's wild here. Here is Isabel Wagner, who's checked in, a 5'4 freshman, hadn't played till the fourth quarter. Bad pass, knocked away, and they're going to say Jewel was the last to touch it.
Good call off the double deflection. Jewel tried to get the steal a little bit late with the hands, and it went off her fingertips. Loogootee will have it underneath. Got to be careful on baseline out of bounds. Give up an easy shot here against this zone.
And they go down to the corner to Wagner. He'll heave up a long shot, and oh my goodness, hit it! Are you kidding me?
I was worried about
Where
that.
are these points coming from?
Wide open shot against the 2-3 zone on the out of bounds. Loogootee give him good execution, and Wagner knocked down the cold-blooded jumper.
On a night when Diana Graber has been held to just 2 points. In low, we're going to get a foul called here on Loogootee as Atlanta Nelson down low. And they're going to get Sydney Davis on this personal foul. That is her fourth. So Valley has got Loogootee in big foul trouble right now. And now Atlanta at the free throw line. This is a 1-and-1. Fires up the free one and got it.
String music right there by Nelson, who we've seen make big plays in numerous sports here at Springs Valley. She made a big free throw there to cut it to 1. Even bigger on this one, she can tie it once again.
6 points now for Atlanta. Second one on its way. Looks good. It's not, however. And Jones runs down the rebound. So as we hit the halfway point of the fourth quarter, Loogootee by 1. Jones throws up a wild shot, no good. Rebound fought for. We'll have a held ball. And it'll belong to Valley on the alternating possession. 4:03 to go. Tiana Graber still on the bench, which is interesting because they still have Julianne Bell in there right now, who's playing with 4 fouls. They did take Sydney Davis out, who's got the 4. Oh, that's going to be a bad pass there as Leah forced it. Here's Bell up the left side, takes it in, dumps it underneath for an easy layup. Oh, missing it was Wagner, puts up the shot, no good. And she just lost it out of bounds. Or did they?
Well, but knocked out of bounds. Marcus Debro overrules Dave Pilar and sends that ball back to the Lions. They'll have it underneath their own goal. Again, we got to play better defense on the out-of-bounds under.
And now Graber is in there. So Valley unable to take advantage with the leading scorer out. As it comes into Bell, brings it around now to Fleming. Down the lane, Fleming blocked away by Jewell and picked up by Stevie. Marty Niehaus says, let's slow it down. Stevie to the right side, stops, lobs it in low to Jewell. Backs her way in, puts it up, couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Atlanta, back up, no good. Jewell will try, no good, but still another Loogootee foul. And let's see who'll get this one. It's going to go on Brooklyn Jones. That is her second. And Jewell back at the free throw line.
That's the best way to feed it in, get on transition, and let Jewell do her work early, beat everybody down the floor to establish her position. Now she's just going to find a way to bounce in a free throw somehow.
And she misses that. Now 2 out of 10 at the free throw line.
Like you can see how she's lined up with her feet. She's not on line. That's part of her trouble. She's a 10-toed shooter. She's looking straight at it. She needs to angle her feet a little bit so her shooting arm can line up to the goal better. She did get that one to go, though. And that ties it at 46.
Our 5th tie of the ball game with 3:20 remaining. Graber works it over to Jones. Back up top it comes to Bell. Swings it around to Fleming. Down to the corner. Graber thought about the three. They're trying to post up Sutton. Instead, they skip a pass out of the wing now to Fleming. She'll drive it top of the key off to Jones, right side. Free throw line to Bell for a 10-footer, and she just has not been able to miss all night.
Elbow jumper.
When you have a career game like that, what can you do? That's 21 now for Julianne Bell. Here's Kyra. Dribbles in and got hit and fouled, and that's on Tiana Graber, and she is fouled out with 2:53 to go. Oh, my goodness. Kyra was just driving innocently toward the goal, and Graber tried to get over and cut her off and picks up the foul. And with 2:53, the leading scorer for Loogootee is gone.
No real doubt about that one. That was just a hammer right there on the baseline. Kyra Harrell went down unguarded. They tried to stop. Nobody stopped the ball. She got all the way to the paint. And she just got it
and absolutely good by Kyra.
Absolutely hammered by Tiana Graber, who didn't like the call, but I don't know why.
Julianne Bell right now 9 of 11 from the field. How do you figure that? Well, Kyra just hit them both. She's got 8, and we have our 6th tie. Neither team can get any separation right now with 2:45 to go, but win or lose, Valley has showed they can play with a quality basketball team. Here is Wagner back in there now, up top to Fleming, drives it, kicks it off to Wagner. She'll heave up a three. It is around, it is no good, and Jewell able to corral the rebound.
I think you can live with any shot taken by somebody not named Bell, no matter what happens. That time, they force up a wild three-point jumper, and the Hawks can take the lead here with a good execution.
And pass by Kyra. Tried to go to Stevie, who flashed out on the right side, and Bell able to knock it away.
Okay, we scored on a side of bounce earlier. McNew in the corner to Jewell in the low post. Let's see if we can work it again.
They lob it in low to Stevie. Stevie turns, and she gets tied up, and that will result in a turnover because the arrow's pointing Loogotee's way.
Well, it was a good idea. She improvised there, flashed her in open air, and got the ball 10 feet from the bucket. But then she returned. She put the ball right in front of the Loogootee defense, and they tied her up.
So again, Loogootee a chance to take the lead. Over it comes now to Wagner. Throws it up top now to Fleming. Swings it around now to Jones. Down to the corner to Sutton. Back out to Jones once again. Over it comes to Fleming. Fakes. Turns. Bounces away to Wagner. In low it comes now to Bell. Turns. Throws up the floater. And good.
Julianne Bell looking like an All-American tonight.
Wow.
Into the paint, left shoulder move, and hit it high.
What's sad is she'll probably go 2 for 17 on her next game. Oh, and Kyra's dribble is stolen away by Jones. She's on a breakaway to the other end and scores.
The freshman with a huge play for the Lions.
52-48. Valley in some trouble now with just a minute 25 to go. So costly turnovers. Kyra had it knocked away. Oh, that was a foul. They don't call it. Here's Jones back the other way against Jewell. Throws it up, missed it. And she gets it back. It is fouled by Kyra Harrell.
Luckily, that foul wasn't on Jewell on the shot. I don't know what they were looking at. Jewell totally fouled Jones on the breakaway. They missed it, but the ball bounced right back to the freshman, and she'll go to the line now with a chance to put Loogootee up 6.
This will be a 1-1 now. So Valley faltering a bit down the stretch here. But again, when Julianne Bell has a career night, what do you do? And we'll get a timeout called here by Marty Niehaus. 1:14 left. Loogootee 52, Springs Valley 48 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll continue with more Lady Blackhawks basketball right after this.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Leah Venturi. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Lady Blackhawks basketball.
Julianne Bell for Loogootee, the lady of the hour. Her 23rd point, giving Loogootee the lead, and then a steal and a coast-to-coast layup by Brooklyn Jones, giving Loogootee a 4-point lead. Now she can really make the dagger go in a little deeper here if she can convert. She's got a 1-and-1 here.
Got to be ready live on a miss.
And she hits it.
No miss there. She found nothing but the bottom of the net. String music for the very impressive Loogootee freshman.
Well, on a night when Tiana Graber in serious foul trouble, they have had two players step up big time. Brooklyn Jones with 16 points in the game, and now Valley in a world of hurt with a minute 10 to go. They're down 6. Leah into the front court. Bounces left side to Stevie. Here comes a three. Off the rim, no good. The rebound to Jones. She's on a break to the other end, and she will put it up no good, but Leah Venturi fouls her.
It's a nice and well-designed play. They had Stevie off the single-double action, floppy action, some people call that. Came and squared up, had a good look at a right side long-distance bomb that would have cut the lead in half, but Stevie with the iron. Rebound went right to Jones, and Loogootee ready to salt this one away with under a minute to go.
First one around, it popped out.
Not quite yet, though. Iron unkind for her as well. Got to be ready here to get a rebound. Don't want to give up any offensive boards on a missed free throw.
That one is short. And they give up the offensive rebound to Julianne Bell. Ball tipped away, knocked out of bounds. Should be Valley ball. No, they're going to give it to Loogootee.
Just can't do that. Ran in there for the rebound. Didn't check out Bell, who made a tremendously important play by getting that rebound. That's going to prompt a Brian Smith timeout as the ball's on the side. He didn't want to turn it over. He'll try to draw something up to get the ball in and protect it. That 6-point lead the Lions have.
Tonight, the first of 5 high school games we will have for you this week, and we will showcase all 4 of our teams as we'll see the Orleans girls on Thursday night. They will host Paoli. Then on Friday night, the Springs Valley boys, fresh off that 80-7 drilling of Medora on Saturday night, hosting Crothersville. Then the same ladies, Springs Valley girls, hosting Lytton on Saturday afternoon. And then we'll close out the week with the Orleans boys, who gave Bar Reeve a run for their money on Saturday, heading down to take on a pretty good North Harrison team.
Should be a good week of action. Hoosier hoops. Hoosier hysteria at its best.
Here is Wagner trying to get it in, and I think we're going to get a warning. Yep. Leah crossing the line, and that'll get a warning called.
I'd like to see him put Jewel on the ball, see if they could get a turnover there. Marty Niehaus didn't think of that. They had the rather diminutive Leah Venturi there guarding the inbounder.
And it comes into Jones, and Elizabeth Stemley runs out and fouls her.
You know what I'm saying? You could have put Jewel over there with on the ball, with her in the corner. Maybe could have created some sort of off pass. Maybe get a tip ball, get a turnover. As it is, Loogootee will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
Free throw by Jones is good.
They're doing what good teams do, making free throws in the later stretches and closing it out in the last 3 minutes.
They're 8 of 12 at the line. Second free throw good as well. 18 now for Brooklyn Jones. She's tripled her average. Valley down 8 now. 45 seconds to go as they work it into Jewell. Puts it up and scores. And a quick timeout called now by Marty Niehaus. 17 in the game now for Jewell. But boy, what a tough one here tonight, Kevin, as you are basically able to take their leading scorer out of this ball game, as Tiana Graber scored just 3 points tonight. Make that 2 points tonight. She had a first quarter field goal. She only put up, actually you're right, she had 5. I put that in the wrong place. So she goes for 5 points here tonight, but still fouls out with just under 3 minutes remaining in the contest. And Valley unable to take advantage, mainly because Julianne Bell has missed just 2 shots tonight. In fact, she has hit her last 9 shots and is 10 out of 12 from the field. And then you're all over the freshman. Brooklyn Jones has 18 tonight, and she is 7 out of 12 from the field.
Game turned, I thought, with 2 things. That all the turnovers in the second half for Valley, we've got 10 compared to just 3 for them. And then they had a great beginning to the second half. We had the lead, we had momentum, had things going. If we'd have played a better first 3 minutes of the half, this game would be entirely different, but we didn't.
Right.
And Loogootee, barring an unforeseen collapse, is going to get out of here with a win.
Valley needs to foul. Here is Fleming. Kicks it down to the corner now to Jones. Back out now to Wagner, and there's the foul here on Leah.
I do think that's who you wanted to foul.
Isabel Wagner, yeah, just another freshman. This is a pretty promising freshman class that Brian Smith has. They haven't had JV for the last 2 or 3 years, but for whatever reason, this freshman class pretty strong for them. As Wagner fires up the 3-1 and got it. Wow.
Not that Wagner can't shoot it, but she hadn't been in the game as much. Thought we might go ahead and roll the dice with her, but she found nothing but the bottom on that one. Good form, good rotation, good everything, and another one that's right down the middle.
4 now for Isabel Wagner, 58-50, and Loogootee is going to survive here. Just 30 seconds remaining here in the contest. As Valley blinking down the stretch here, and Loogootee cashing in. That's what good teams do. Skip pass off now to Stevie. Drives the baseline, lobs it. Well, she put up the shot. Looked like she was going to lob it. Fight for the rebound, lost by Jewell, and it's out of bounds to Loogootee, and that probably was Valley's last gasp. So Loogootee will go to 6-1. The Lady Hawks will drop their 4th in a row and go to 3-5, and it won't get any easier with Linton coming in on Saturday. Almost a steal there by Stevie, and they're going to say Stevie was out of bounds when she tried to strip the ball away. So 13.5 seconds left in this one, but again, much better effort tonight by this Valley team than what we saw against Northeast DuBois. This effort would have beaten the Lady Jeeps undoubtedly Thursday night. Valley will not foul, I assume, now. Oh, now they will. I guess they're going to get Leah hitting the arm of Fleming.
Frustration foul. As the Hawks know, they had a chance to beat a high-quality team, had a chance to put a big skin on the wall. If they could have got the 5-1 Lions tonight, they had their chances but couldn't deliver down the stretch. Long as they're going to get out of here with a win. That's Venturi's 5th. She gets a nice ovation from the crowd, and that'll bring in Abby Kendall back in the game. But tell you what, Mike, Linton won't be any easier because they are much, much improved under Coach Rimmel.
Right.
In the past, they've been pretty much a cupcake, one of those wins you just counted on, but that is not the case anymore, and Linton is off to a great start, and that'll be a very big challenge.
But again, tonight, Valley proving that they can play with the better team. Fleming's second free throw is good. She's got 7, 59-50, 1 second to go. Kyra heaves it up from 3. It is no good, and that will do it. So Valley led by as many as 12 in the opening quarter. They got their leading scorer, Tiana Graber, in foul trouble, held her to just 5 points tonight, but could not cash in as 2 of their unsung players, Julianne Bell and Brooklyn Jones, go absolutely wild. career games for them, undoubtedly, and if it weren't for them, Valley would come away with a win. Instead, the final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Loogootee 59, Springs Valley 50. Back to recap this one in a moment. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Legends Restaurant in French Lick is your ultimate destination for any special occasion you might have. Birthdays, wedding receptions, anniversaries. Legends has the party room, the supplies, and best of all, the great food you need to pull off that perfect event. And it's not too soon to be thinking about their big New Year's Eve bash featuring a live DJ, party favors, and a free toast at midnight. Book your holiday parties now by calling 936-6338. That's 936-6338. Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and the surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley Junior shooting guard Stevie McNew. Now back to more Lady Blackhawk basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
While we have this opportunity, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
You're listening to the 6,000-watt sports voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Springs Valley High School, where tonight the Lady Hawks had a 5-1 Loogootee team on the ropes for much of the night, but they let them back up off the canvas, and even though their leading scorer fouled out of the ball game with just under 3 minutes to go and a tie ball game, Valley could not cash in, thanks mainly to Julianne Bell, who only missed 2 of her 12 shot attempts here tonight. Goes for a game-high 23, doubling her average. And then a freshman, Brooklyn Jones, more than tripling her average of 5 a game with 18, helping Loogootee survive and escape French Lick with the victory. 59-50, the final score. Here's the way the scoring went for the Lady Lions. 6-1 on the year, now 3-1 away from home. They have won their last 4 consecutive contests. Julianne Bell, an unbelievable night. 10 field goals, 3 free throws in 3 attempts, 23. Brooklyn Jones with 18 in the contest. Kalia Fleming came off the bench to score 7. Tiana Graber had 5 before she fouled out. Off the bench, Isabel Wagner had 4 there in the fourth quarter to help keep Valley from coming back. And Chelsea Sutton had a basket for 2. Sydney Davis started, did not score. And Mackenzie Van Hoy off the bench also did not tally. For Springs Valley, tough luck losers once again, and really they have been in just about every game. Really, the Du Bois game, the only one that they haven't, as of their 5 losses, they have now lost by a total 14 points. So as you can see, they have been in just about every game that they have played. Two double-figure scorers. Jewel McCormick coming off the bench tonight leads the way. She scores 17, 8 of those in the fourth quarter of play. Stevie McNew held scoreless in the second half, but she did have 10 in the opening two periods, so she goes for 10. Good to see Kyra Harrell get her shot back. She had a couple of three-pointers tonight to go along with a pair of free throws. She finishes with 8. Alana Nelson, a solid effort as always, as she goes for 6. 4 tonight from Marissa Meehan, 3 off the bench from Elizabeth Stemley, and Leah Punturi had a couple of free throws in the contest. Only Abby Kendall that saw action tonight for the Lady Hawks did not tally. So again, 17 from Jewel, 10 from Stevie in the losing effort as Valley drops to 3-5 on the year. They're now 2-3 here on the home floor. They snap a 2-game losing streak to the Lady Lions here on this floor, and Loogootee has now beaten Valley 2 times in a row after Valley took the previous 4. 17-8 Valley after 1. They led by 8 at halftime, but it was a 14-2 run to begin the third quarter that really evened things out, and from there it was pretty close the rest of the way. In fact, until from a 48-all tie, Loogootee finished the game on an 11-2 run. Neither team had more than a 2-point lead. It was 40-39 after 3, and ends up at 59-50 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll look at the final team statistics when we come back. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
59-50, Loogootee hangs on to defeat Springs Valley here tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, and I can bet you about anything here, Kevin. Valley shot a lot better than the 18% they did against Du Bois on Thursday.
In fact, they doubled it, just 36%, but that's sure a lot better than 18. Valley shoots 15 for 35 from two-point range, 43%. 2 out of 12 from downtown, just 16%. Our long-range marksmanship's going to have to improve a bit. 17 for 47 total for 36%. We were 14 out of 25 from the line, 56%. Most of those misses were from Jewel. We're going to have to get her cleaned up a little bit from the line. She looks pretty good up there, but she's a little offline. I think if we can improve that throughout the year, that's going to really help us in some of these close games. We out-rebounded Loogootee, 32-30, 14 of those on the offensive glass, as we really did a good job attacking some of those misses. In fact, 30 misses, we got almost half of them back. That's a very good percentage. We turned it over 18 times, and in the first quarter where Loogootee was very shaky with the ball, in fact, they turned it over 8 times in the first quarter. They turned it over just 6 the rest of the game. There were, for Lions, 22 out of 42. They shoot 52% from two-point range, and many of those, the exquisite Julianne Bell, who had the game of her life tonight. Julianne making shots inside and outside of our zone. They were just 1 out of 9, though, from downtown. That's 11%. So totally, they shoot 23 of 51 for 45 They shoot 12 out of 17 from the foul line, 70% for them. And as I mentioned, we out-rebounded them 32-30. 9 of those 30 were on the offensive glass. They turned it over just 14 times, just 6, as I mentioned, in the last 3 quarters. Pretty well-played game, all things considered. Valley got to figure out a way to make a few more defensive stops when they absolutely had to have it. When the game was tied at 48, as we traded baskets there for quite a few stretches of play, the game was right there to be won. It was a matter of which team could make the winning plays on both ends of the floor, particularly the defensive end, who could get some stops. They were able to stop us from scoring. We could not stop Julianne Bell. We could not stop their very, very impressive freshman, Brooklyn Jones. We had them on the ropes. We made them smell their own blood, taste their own blood, you might say. Had a chance to knock off a big win tonight, got a big skid on the wall, but couldn't quite get it done down the stretch, and Loogootee ends up stretching it out, getting the victory.
That was Bell's shot from point-blank range that gave them the lead for good at 50-48. Then Brooklyn Jones stripped Kyra Harrell, took it down to the other end for a layup, and then 4 free throws, suddenly had the lead up to 8, and Loogootee was able to hang on from there. Let's get the reaction from Springs Valley coach Marty Niehaus. And Coach, probably as solid a first half as I've seen this team play in the opening half, and always good when you get their leading scorer in foul trouble. But I thought the difference in this one was, and you can go over it here in a moment, but Loogootee opened that third quarter with a 14-2 run, and boom, our lead was gone, and it was a ball game the rest of the way.
Yeah, Loogootee seems to be able to score in spurts. It's like, we're in good shape, and then boom, we're not. I thought that their kids did a great job of picking it up for Graber being out. And they hit the basket remarkably well. I couldn't believe their shooting stats. Going over Jewel,
yeah,
which is tough, and they just knocked them down.
Bell was 10 out of 12. I mean, she just couldn't. It didn't seem to matter where she was out on the floor. Shots were going in, and then the Jones girl, I think, was 7 out of 12. So certainly they overcame missing the Graber girl.
Yeah, they did. So hats off to them for that. From our perspective, like you said, we came out. I thought we played with great energy, which I thought was missing in the last 2 games, the Bar Reeve game and the Du Bois game. So that was good to see. We kind of got some shots to fall, and we kind of were able to feed off of that. And even when that team, Loogootee, senior moment there, Loogootee put that run on, we answered that early, and got ourselves back into it, and did a good job fighting there, but just, had a few miscues there at crucial times, and they made us pay.
Yeah, these close games, there's little things that ended up being, making a big difference. You didn't have a tremendous amount of turnovers. 18's too many, I think any coach would say, but we've had worse nights, but you had, I think, 4 really live ball turnovers that led to easy buckets for them, particularly at crucial times, down 2 late. You get your pocket pick there at center court. They're able to go take it in there and get a 4-point lead, and I kind of caught that, made you guys kind of wobble a little bit as it was a big blow against you. And then, you're missing some free throws there. You get an opportunity to score 3 points. Can't figure out a way to get them in the goal quite yet.
Yeah, you're right, and it just isn't going to pay off when the other team's shooting the way, that Loogootee shot. So, I guess if there's anything good to take out of this, I told the kids, I said, we still have a long, long list of things that we need to improve on. And while that is somewhat frustrating, it's kind of a good thing, too, because we know that we can get better. And I think that we will. So, we're just going to go back to the grindstones, so to speak, and get back in practice. We got 3 good practice days here where hopefully we can kind of iron some of those things out.
2 things I made notes about. Yes, they shot the ball well, particularly from the interior of your zone, but I think you'll see on tape a lot of those shots were uncontested. Kids in position, but not with their arms up, not being long, not being active with their hands. I think those shots will look easier on tape. You'll understand more how they made them when you look and you see that those are just rise up, practice, warm-up type shots. with nobody having two hands up. And then obviously you like to have the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half back with a chance maybe to put them on the ropes, or if you have a better start of the second half instead, they're able to go on a spurt, catch back up, and then it was anybody's ball game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the kids have a little bit of trouble, I think, understanding the difference between playing good defense aggressively and not fouling. So, if they get into their head they're not fouling, maybe that means they're not putting their hands up. I don't know, but they definitely we got to work on that for sure.
Coach, 4 out of your 5 losses have been games where you have taken teams more or less right down to the wire. With the exception of the Du Bois game, the other 4 by a total of 17 points. So that's 4 per game, 2 possessions. So while I know coaches don't believe in moral victories, the fact that you're able to hang with a lot of good teams has to say something about this team. Yeah, that's true. And as we've said on more than one occasion, the kids will fight. They'll work hard. Not always smart, but they work hard. And I think that our ability to hang around is due in part to just our talent, but more than anything, maybe our determination and our hard work to not let teams get away from us. Did you feel like the kids handled the press for the most part tonight? Yeah, and as you guys were saying, the turnover situation, besides the one big obvious one, I didn't feel real bad about. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, I can't believe how many times we turned the ball over. That didn't seem to be something that really stuck out. Where I thought we made crucial errors there.
In fact, I thought your ability to handle the ball in the first half was really good. I thought part of the reason why you shot the ball well was your passes were very accurate. People shot it better because the passes to them were better. I don't think it was quite as good the second half that way, and I think you'll see that on tape too. But still, obviously some progress was made there. You guys were a little bit more accurate just passing and catching the ball well. Yeah, and I think part of it was maybe the kids just feeling a little bit more freedom to just go ahead and attack. When the Loogootee came with the pressure, you're just looking to beat that. And we've always been better when we can play fast and when we can play with some tempo. And maybe that kind of gave that feel to the start of the game. All right. A little bit of a break, not much. Come back Saturday against Linton, and Jared Rimmel having quite a year with the Lady Miners. Yeah, I think they're 7-1 or 8-1 or something like that. I've seen them a little bit on tape. Look like they've got some nice size. So that will be something for us to contend with. I was going to say, this is pretty much what you want. You want to play the better team, so that hopefully makes you that much better. Yes, and glad that we're playing them at home and we're not going all the way to Linton for that game. Although, can't forget that double overtime victory we had there in Greene County last year. That was a lot of fun. And pretty good restaurant in Linton, too, the J7, a pretty good spot. I know all the spots in Greene County, so it's not all that bad to make that trip. So next year we'll try to make the John over there as easy as possible. I think we're going to have a 2-hour pregame show from the J7 next year. That's on my agenda. We'll see how that works out. All right. Well, good luck with that. All right. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us. Keep the kids working hard, and hopefully, as we continue to move along, the ball's going to bounce our way a little bit better. All right. I sure hope so. All righty. That is Marty Niehaus, the head coach of the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks, joining us after the contest here as Loogootee able to pull this one out. 59-50, the final score as they break away from a 48-all tie in the final 2 minutes of this one to take home the victory. So, again, you got to leave yourself with the fact that, again, the Valley girls did a lot of good things tonight, but there are still, as we have talked about so many times, a lot of things they still need to work on. So a work in progress, and just got to take it one at a time, one game at a time, and hopefully things will turn back their favor. You got to continue to incrementally get better. I thought defensively tonight against our zone, I don't think we were active. I don't think we got hardly any deflections against Loogootee. They were able to pass the ball inside. They got the ball to the people they wanted to get it to, where they wanted to get it at. And I think our zone was a little bit flat-footed, not very active with our hands. I think this game was lost defensively in reality, even though I know it's easy to point back and say, well, we shoot, in the 30% again. Yes, we missed 11 free throws. We turned it over 18 times. All that's true. But I think that if we just tighten up a little bit defensively, get our hands on more balls, contest more shots, we have to get a better job of making shots harder to make than what we are right now. I think teams generally feel that once they get the shot off against Valley, it's not that hard to shoot well against us, and until we can fix that, we're going to be at the mercy of the ball bouncing our way. Some luck can factor in there as well in those close games. We've got to be able to win those games defensively. It's tied at 48 with a chance to win it. Can't give up 11 points the last 3 minutes and expect to win. That's just not the way it is. But winning time, you got to lock it up defensively, stop them from scoring, and find a way to, produce points on your own somehow, some way. Instead, we just couldn't able to do it. We're not able to do it tonight.
Hopefully that will change coming up here on Saturday. But first, we'll try to get the Orleans girls back on a winning roll. They're on a bit of a skid right now, but they will have a tough test as well with the Paoli Lady Rams coming to the doghouse.
It's not going to be any fun, potentially, for Coach Gover, but he's been working hard trying to find a way. They got to figure out a way to produce some points. Loogootee, and this game was, played in the 50s. If Orleans can get in the 50s some of the time, they're going to have a chance to produce some wins, but they've been struggling to get cracking that 30, 35, 36 area. They got to figure out a way to put the biscuit in the basket, as I say, and we'll see if they can figure out a way to do that against a high-powered, fast-paced Paoli attack tomorrow.
All righty. See you in a couple of nights then. Well, here tonight, Julianne Bell and Brooklyn Jones pick up the slack for a foul-plagued Tiana Graber. They held her well below her 19-point-per-game average. She was held to 5, but Julianne Bell doubles her scoring average of 12 a game nearly with 23. Brooklyn Jones more than tripled her average of 5 a game with 18 as Loogootee pulled away late from a 48-all tie to post a 59 to 50 victory. Loogootee now 6-1 on the year, 3-1 away from home, as they have now won 4 straight. Valley paced tonight by Jewel McCormick 17, Stevie McNew had 10, and Kyra Harrell had 8. But the Lady Hawks dropped their 4th straight. They're now 3-5 on the year, 2-3 here at home. And in the last 18 meetings between these two schools, Loogootee has taken 13 of those. Loogootee in action next against Washington Catholic on Thursday, and as we talked about, Valley will host Linton coming up on Saturday in a matinee affair. JV action tonight goes to Loogootee. Although Valley kept it close, Loogootee was able to pull away there down the stretch. So Riley Woodfield's junior varsity team still looking for their first win of the year. They are now 0-5 on the year. Well, as always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Loogootee High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. And we'll be back with Kevin and me coming up on Thursday night as we'll have Orleans girls basketball, the Lady Bulldogs, hosting Paoli on a 7:30 start. Broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. We'll have the Springs Valley boys Friday night as they host Crothersville. And then our next broadcast of the Springs Valley girls Saturday afternoon as Linton comes to town for a 1:30 start. Our broadcast coverage to begin at 1:15.
For all those people who just want to sit around and listen to us talk and just sit around and go, man, I sure wish I could hear Kevin or I could hear Mike, this is your opportunity this week. I'm going to be on the air a lot. Should be a lot of fun with Hoosier Hoops. I want to give a shout-out to some of my kids on the way home. Like I said, they're texting me now. They're listening in. They had a big win against Paoli tonight on the road in Orange County. So kids, go home, get your homework done, get better, and keep on rolling on there. Schultzwick undefeated.
All righty. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, our statistician for tonight's contest, McKenna Purley, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawk's Nest in French Lick, where tonight's final score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, the Loogootee Lady Lions 59, the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 50. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in French Lick. Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nationally ranked healthcare system in the state of Indiana. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145 in French Lick. And by Smithville Fiber, now offering DSL service and fast internet to customers. Another way to serve you better. High school basketball is a presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You are listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.